Hi guys, it's Light back at it with another video. I'm sorry about the quality of this video and the last video that I posted. These are photo boot style videos, so the quality isn't the best, but I wanted to just film this video because I felt this was something important to talk about, because it's a topic that really agitates me. Like diet culture, fitness culture, body and beauty standards is something that sort of almost kind of affected us, especially we who are younger people, a lot more during lockdown, because we just spent so much time eating food and all of this, and we have to feel bad. Just trigger warning, this video I'm going to talk a lot about dieting, diet culture, so a lot of diet related, food related stuff. So if that's something you're not comfortable with or something that triggers you, please exit out this video. If this video negatively affects you in any way or triggers something negatively for you, please just exit out. You do not need to hear me talk about this if it can negatively affect you. Your health and your well-being and your mental health is way more important than a video that I'm filming. Without further ado, let's get started. So I was on Instagram and this girl that I follow posted this magazine feature, and it's by National Enquirer. Just for the sake of this video, I do not want to give this newspaper slash magazine company that attention by posting it, and I just feel like we shouldn't be posting these things like repeatedly, because I feel the more that we spread and post these photos, the more damaging it is for people who are going through eating disorders, or who are struggling with weight and struggling with diets and just struggling with a lot to do with how they look. The more we keep on posting and sharing these photos over the internet, the more it's going to trigger these people, and the less good it's going to do, because at the end of the day, no matter what you write on your Instagram post, whatever, there is some people seeing this and they're definitely going to be negatively affected by it. So I will put a link to the post in the description box below. You can check it out if you want to. Please, once again, if you're triggered by, eating disorders, if you have an eating disorder or you're struggling with weight or anything of that sort, please do not open it, because it might trigger you negatively. That's just a warning. I just want to make sure that that's out of the way. So Inquirer, I've not done much research into this, but Inquirer National, from what I'm looking, is like an American newspaper. And when I saw this, I thought this is something from like the early 2000s, when we were like hottest summer bodies or ugliest summer bodies or beach bodies, or like who looked the cutest, like, those sort of, pictures and stuff. And I was very confused. And then I opened the post and I saw the date. And this is supposed to be published tomorrow, if I'm correct, because it said August 2nd, 2021. They basically said really rude things about famous celebrities' bodies. And this newspaper house was doing utter bullshit. There's been so much work that's done for body positivity, ensuring that, all body shapes nowadays. Like, you go to some sort of designer store, like Valentino, I think, a few other, like, brands, I think, they started with clothes for plus-size women as well. Fashion shows, we now see plus-size women. We see lots of companies now, having clothes that are for plus size women, and if they're a mainstream brand and they don't hold inclusive sizing, they do get scrutinized. We're trying to get rid of the fact that thin means beautiful, because in reality, no body or body type is beautiful. All bodies are beautiful. So much work and effort have been put in by body positive activists and people, women and men of different sizes, to just kind of break that stigma and break that notion that thin is beautiful. And seeing this is just kind of ruining all of that hard work that so many people have put in to help other people realize that they're beautiful, no matter how they look, what scars they have, no matter what body type they are, no matter what size they're. So much work has gone, and this is just kind of like ruining all of that hard work. And it's just disgusting to see that even now in 2021, we're still seeing that conventionally pretty, or if you're not conventionally thin, then you're just ugly, which is absurd, and it's just truly disgusting. I'm pretty sure this is a reputable newspaper, and you just decided to pass this, and the effects that it would have. We live in a world where, because of social media, almost anything you do, you will be scrutinized for. It's not acceptable that you want to degrade people just because of how they look. Sorry to break it to you, looks aren't everything. How many people do we know that are conventionally pretty, actually fucked up people that have problematic past? I can name you 10, 15, 20 people. Yet we're still trying to prove that, oh, if you want to be praised, you need to look this. Young, impressionable kids are going to see this newspaper and realize, I'm not pretty enough. I have a little flab of fat. I have some back rolls. I have some, like, double chin. Like, I have some fat on my chin. I have some, like, saggy arms. I have some saggy tits. I'm not pretty. Oh, women and men who are older also will see this and will feel so horrible. They'll feel so ashamed of their body. How can you determine what is pretty? How can this newspaper determine that this Tess Holland is ugly and she's a whale and she likes being a whale? How can you say that about someone? Who are you to determine that this person is fat, this person is flubby, this person is a whale? Because they have a few pounds on them? They're not, ideal weight or something? Who are you to determine that? The person who wrote this article, this feature, what do you look like? Are you the definition of attractive? Is that you? Because if you are, okay, honey, but I'm pretty sure you are not. Because attractive is a subjective word. What I find attractive, you won't find attractive. What my best friend finds attractive, I might not find attractive. But at the end of the day, we're all beautiful. This sort of worst, rating bodies and not cute. It is not fucking cute. You're affecting and damaging so many individuals because of this. This needs to stop. We need to stop saying that, oh, XYZ person looks beautiful, XYZ person looks fat because they gained a few pounds. And this doesn't just start with calling out a magazine. This starts with you. We as a community need to stop saying that this person is the definition of attractive. We're all beautiful. Call out the fashion industry. We can call out these journalists and we can call out these newspapers for perpetuating these stereotypes. Wanting and the needing to be stick thin or to have abs. But if you are with your friend group and you're still you're talking about people's looks, you're talking about person's weight, you're being just as toxic. Oh, why do you care if someone's fat? How is that affecting you? I'm pretty sure that they would know that they're fat. You don't need to rub it in their face. These celebrities that you're talking about, pretty sure, way more beautiful than the journalist that wrote this newspaper feature. And you're gonna call them fat. Okay, call them fat, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna earn money. You're gonna call Will Smith fat, and you're gonna make fun of the way he looks because he doesn't have a six-pack? Sweetie, because at the end of the day, he is still more successful than you. You'll still be more successful than you'll ever be. If you think that this news feature will do anything for you, will further your career, no. You're just digging a hole for yourself. I don't want to make this about me, but I saw this, and it really did trigger me. It really affected me because I grew up always being told that I was fat, I was overweight, I was a whale, and because of that I really struggled with my weight. I have a really bad relationship with food and I'm working on it. When you grow up being told by people that you're not stick thin, when you go to a school where you're kind of the big girl compared to all the other girls, and your thighs are take up more room than another girl's thighs, you feel self-conscious and you really start to hate yourself. And this just triggered all of that. And I'm sorry, I'm crying on camera. Stuff that I've always been told that I was ugly. And it's funny how a news feature can trigger you so much. And looking at this, it's what if one day someone talks about my body like that? Someone takes a picture of me in an unflattering position, in an unflattering angle, and just decides to call me fat, that would affect me negatively. I just hope that there's some kid watching this video who realizes that they're beautiful and no newspaper article, no feature, no cover article, no cover story can tell them that they're not pretty because they don't have abs, they don't have, a tiny stomach. I'm sorry. If there is some kid watching this video, if you want to wear something, wear it. As long as you feel comfortable. You want to do something, even though people tell you shouldn't because it's, you're not pretty enough to do it, or you're not, thin enough, or you don't have whatever. Please do it. Don't listen to what others tell you of your appearance or the way your body is, because those are things you can't control. I hope that somebody out there watching this realizes that society is fucked up. Definitely is a place for you. you're welcomed. And just because this stupid news feature came out, and it will hurt if you see that news feature and you sort of question yourself of if you're beautiful or not. So many thoughts and so many feelings that I had that's taken me so long to just fight and get through have come back again. But I just want you to know that no matter what you do, you're beautiful, you're talented, you're pretty, you're worthy, and there's a place for you. And I just want you to know that if society is not gonna fucking accept you for the way you look, you can make an own room for you. And you can create a new version of beautiful. Don't listen to stupid articles. A magazine feature doesn't define who we are. And just because you think this is funny to make fun of other people's weight, what if someone made fun of the way you look, the way your body is, which is something you can't control? It's easy to make fun of celebrities because we're all like, oh, we'll never read this. You know, they're celebrities, we're allowed to make... No, but celebrities didn't sign up for being made fun of their weight. Just because a man doesn't have a six-pack, that doesn't make them any less beautiful. Just because they're in the limelight, they're still human at the end of the... I hope we can all learn to love one another, and I really hope that we can stop judging others for how they look. But if you're still talking and making fun about other people's weight, you're adding on to the toxicity of beauty standards. We can't change the whole world, but we can change what we say, the way we act, the way we talk. It's the same thing, you know, with racism and, you know, homophobia. You know, you can say that you shouldn't be racist or that you shouldn't use slurs or that you shouldn't be homophobic. You can call out people, but if you're with your group of friends and you're using the N-word, or if you're with your friends and you're saying homophobic things, you're still adding on to the existing homophobia, the existing racism that exists. What can we do? We can start by calling out our friends who make fun of other people's appearances. Wait, if the person actually did something bad, say that they did something bad. Don't make everything about looks and weight. You know, if you're doing those smash and pass games on your stories, on your Instagram stories, stop doing that. You're hurting your own friends. You may not think you are, but you are. But if you're with your friends and you're still doing this shit, you're still bad as this newspaper magazine that talked about people's weights for no reason.